Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reading for Sagittarius energy for Wednesday. So tapping into Sagittarius energy, I just feel like, when you have that nagging feeling at the back of your mind, like you've forgotten to do something, or like there's something that needs your attention and you can't quite recall it. There's something like that with your energy. It just has this feeling of like not being quite able to settle, or having something on your mind that's kind of preventing you from kind of having that moment of peace and tranquility. It's like, did I forget to do this? Did I forget to do that? Or did I say this to this person? Or like something that you've done that's kind of bothering you and you think, oh, I wish I could speak to that person right now. Something like that. It's like you've got this just unsettled, niggly, bothered feeling. I don't know if that's your energy, somebody around you, but that's kind of what's coming through. I don't know if you need a person like an earth sign or a very, very grounded person to kind of talk you through something or help you out with something. I'm kind of getting Taurus energy, but just kind of like an earthy, grounded person to kind of bring you back down to earth, or to help you with practical things. I'm getting a lot of H's through, a lot of alliteration with H's. So I was getting Hot in Here by Nelly, which kind of gave me like Helly Hansen, like Nelly with the H, Helly Hansen. Hot in Here, and then Hurts Like Hell by Madison Beer, and just a lot of H's. So then something played with the name Holly. So Holly, H names. I don't know, maybe somebody has like a double H name. I'm also getting, like, as an example of how this plays out. So I was like, am I reading this right? Am I getting these H's? When I was walking to work yesterday, I was just getting the name like Catherine, Katie, Caitlin, like Kate names, as I was walking to work, and I was thinking, what are they trying to tell me? I get the name Catherine a lot. And it's my name. Like, I think I have a Danish version of the name Catherine, which I think is why I get it a lot. But so I was just like, they're giving me that name again. But I got to work and there was a new girl stood there, and her name was one of these names. And I was like, oh, that's why they were giving me the name, because I'm about to meet somebody with that name. So you could be about to meet somebody with a name like that, and particularly the H names. Because when I was thinking, am I getting the H's? And then I thought back to, oh, it's like when they were giving me Caitlin this morning, or like, or Catherine or whatever name. The next song that randomized was by someone called Kathleen. So another Kath name, right? Kate Kath. So I was like, okay, yes, they are giving me the words, and then they are giving me the names. So yeah, I don't know. There's an excited feeling. It's like heart pounding, like you're about to do something, or I'm getting this like go live energy. Let me just read my notes. Going in hard, going live, it's time, cooking something up, these kind of things. Like, it's like something's been brewing and it's time, and then it coming in with this kind of like heart racing feeling, like an adrenaline rush for you. So there could be something like that happening or about to happen for you. It does feel like, getting into the cards a little bit more now, it does feel like there's you and other people, probably 3 people total, because there's 3 people on this card here, and there's this 3 of Pentacles here. It's not the 3 of Pentacles, the card is Wizard of Awareness, but it always gives me 3 of Pentacles energy, which is kind of working collaboratively or working as part of a team. So it's like there's this character who I want to say is not you. I want to say this is a character around you, somebody who's creating something, somebody who's it could be somebody that you work with, somebody creative. I'm getting strong Leo energy, but it's like collaborative, creative energy. And this person's cooking something up, because these 2 cards came out right next to each other. So the Wizard of Awareness and Merlin the Dragon. And you can see he's kind of brewing something. So if you see what he's brewing is kind of like this white light, this bright light with all this smoke coming off it. And it's here as well on his kind of staff, this bright light with kind of like, like, I don't know, this kind of smoky quality. So he's creating something. He's had some kind of bright idea, perhaps. You can see, look, he really looks like he's thinking, he's contemplating. So you could really miss this person as well. This could be somebody that, you enjoy being around, and it's like they've gone a bit quiet and you're like, what are they doing? I want to say that they're going through some kind of processing phase. Again, this could be you, so take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Kind of gives me magician energy from the tarot. But it's like this person's thinking something through. It's like their ideas are brewing, right? They're in this contemplation mode. Their ideas are brewing. They've gone quiet because they're kind of maybe a bit lost in their own head, trying to think something through, or trying to kind of come up with some plan or something like this. Now, there's something else going on, and I want to say this is you. This is you, I want to say, with this protecting treasure card. So it's like the wizard's off in his wizard tower or wherever. I'm not saying it's a literal wizard, right? This could be somebody that you work with, maybe somebody who's a bit older than you, maybe somebody doesn't have to be older, but maybe they've got that kind of like wizard-like quality to them where they're a little bit out there, a little bit fringe, like, they're very creative, but they're a bit of an oddball, perhaps, possibly. I don't know. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. So I want to say that this is your energy. And again, flip it and reverse it if needs be. And this could be, again, one of the people you're collaborating with. But you've got this protecting treasure card. So it's like this person's sleeping, this person's resting. I want to say they are protecting something. It's like there's a double protection layer here. So there's something in this box that I want to say she's protecting. But at the same time, she's being protected by this kind of umbrella and bird energy. So it's like, I want to say that you're protecting something, but you're also being protected. Like you're being shielded, perhaps. You're being shielded from some kind of rain, some drama, some storm energy, because it's important to shield you because you're shielding something else. Normally when I see a box like this, it's like... not Penelope, what's the name? Pandora's box, which would tell me that hope is inside the box. So there's some kind of hope that you're protecting. What's interesting is like the treasure isn't in the box. You can see this gold pile here, this diamond here, and the crown. It's like what's important isn't, it's like the treasure's been removed to put something of more value in there. I don't know how that applies to you, but you would say that something like hope is more important than a tangible object. Like, so inspiration, or something that's not tangible, something that's of the spirit rather than of the reality. So if you want to say that hope is very inspiring to a huge amount of people, if you can put something out there that's like a song with a lot of impact, or you say the right words and it has a big impact on people, that is of more value to the soul than something like diamonds or gold. So if there's something like that going on with that, but it has got this feeling of like you protecting something and you resting. But then it's like the wizard, whoever this is sending you the signal. You can see the glow here. It's like he's sending the signal out. I don't know if he's doing this intentionally, or you are getting some kind of like psychic notification. It's like whoever these people are, and it could be more than 3 people, right? It feels like there's multiple people. Whoever they are, it's like they all get the notification at the same time. They all get the email at the same time. They all get signs from the universe at the same time. It's like, it's go time. We've got somewhere to go. We've got something to do. Meet me at the place, which has been coming through a lot. So it's like, here it is, here's the signal. And it could be that he's also getting the signal at the same time. His staff lights up to say, hey, listen, you've got somewhere to go. One of the other signs had this like We Three Kings thing to it, where it was like everybody had to, like the story of the Nativity when everybody sees the star in the sky and it's like, we have to go to Bethlehem. It's like that kind of energy. It's like everybody gets this idea at the same time. Let's all go to the same place. But maybe you don't know each other are going to the same place. Here's the news, here's the notification. It could be some kind of opportunity, say, I don't know, I'm going watching Batman and it's like everybody gets the notification on the phone like, oh, you can now book tickets to go and see Batman. And it's like you book your tickets, and unbeknownst to you, somebody else from work books the tickets, and like another friend books the tickets, and then suddenly you all arrive at the theatre at the same time. Like, I didn't know you were going to be here. It's kind of got that kind of energy to it. Where it's like it's like your phones ping at the same time, or you all have the same bright idea at the same time. It's like, here's the call you've been waiting for, or here's the here's the bat signal, if you like. So it's like here it is coming into, I want to say this is you at the same time, but then I want to say there's a third person being affected who you may be protecting in some sort of way. And it's like there's something to do, I don't quite understand what this is, but I'm going to throw it out there because I'm seeing it. So how the treasure, whatever the treasure represents for you, is like a closed box. It's like it now opens. So it could be a secret that you've been keeping, and now it's time to share the secret. Because then I'm getting this kind of compass energy of this opening up. And again, it's almost like, do you see? It's like the wizard is in. It's almost like the wizard is in the compass. So you open that box, and what's inside is this wizard energy. Maybe the wizard is part of your own energy. It's, you know, a creative, oddball aspect of yourself, perhaps. But it's like something's opening up. It's like it's time. It's time to reveal something. It's time to open this bag of tricks or something. It's like something's opening up. Again, it could be like opening up the seats for the theatre, you know, or it's like opening up job opportunities. You know, everybody gets the notification, oh, there's this new job available, do you want to come and work on this new team, something like this. And you can see here as well, like this energy is coming in. So the energy that's coming into the staff and to the diamond, it's also activating whatever this compass's energy is. And I want to say the compass energy is something to do with bringing everybody together at the right place at the right time. I'm hearing team together, bringing the right team together. So it's like you're going to be part of a team with this 3 of Pentacles energy, and there's literally a 3 on that card. It's like you're part of this team, this collaboration. And it's kind of universally guided, I want to say. It's like the blueprint energy. So the compass or the blueprint. Again, I want to say, I don't know why, but he's sat on Libra. So I feel like a Libra could be involved as well. And it looks like he's about to leap onto Leo, which is kind of where I was getting the Leo energy from. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but it is. And you're here as well. Look, you're like right here. So what is that compass actually on though? So it's on, so this is you, right? So Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, it's that Capricorn, Aquarius. So it looks like the compass is on Aquarius. So any of those signs could be important or not. It's just kind of the ones that are standing out to me. So the wizard's cooking something up. He's sending out the notification, like, you know, we're in the ideas phase. We're in the creative process here. Let's all... I'm going to send out the invites, I'm going to open up the job, you know, something like that. Or like, I'm going to, I don't know, it's like, it's pulling energy, like the universe is pulling everybody in a direction. So I want to say that you're resistant to it. You're resistant to it perhaps because you feel like you have something else to protect, right? You've got a secret to keep. You've got another project that you're working on. You've got your own project, perhaps you're doing your own thing and you don't want to be dragged away from it. So there is some resistance on your part, an energy of, I kind of want to stay put. I want to stay with what's familiar a little bit there. But I want to say you are also waking up. There's something with this energy, with this faith card as well, which is an interesting one to come out. It's like you've been resting, you've been resting, if you've not been resting, it's like you've been in one place. You know, you've been in one place so long that, you know, the moss is starting to grow over you a little bit perhaps. But then it's like you get that activation energy, you know, that blueprint energy, which is kind of what I'm seeing with this light energy. That idea or whatever, is like it comes in as a kind of divine blueprint to wake you up from your slumber, from your resting place. But again, if you're not resistant, it could be that people around you are resistant to this idea. It's like you are, even with this card, look here as well, it's like suddenly up out of bed, suddenly excited, suddenly seeing that this is like an abundant opportunity. There's a lot of potential here, there's a lot of growth here. So it does have this kind of waking up energy to it. And faith as well. It's funny, I was saying hope with hope in the box, hope in Pandora's box, and then this is faith. I'm actually playing with, some of you know I play Sims. I've got a couple of characters called Hope and Faith at the moment, so it's funny to me. And the worm moon. So because it's the worm moon, worm is an old English word for dragon. So that's why I kind of ended up with this dragon deck and Merlin the dragon. So I was really surprised that those two cards should come out right next to each other. So what do we have next? So then it feels like you have this kind of wake up call, you have this idea, you have this inspiration. So do you see how the hands go from this resistance to open and receptive? It's like you're receiving the magic, you're receiving the notification, you're open to the idea, you're open to the possibility after being resistant. Do you see how that is? It's magic. And then it's like when you finally open up, when you move from resistance to acceptance, or a more open, receptive, interested, or, you know, give me more information on this, send me the details. When you start to hear more about it or look more into it, you become more receptive to it, and you actually have this kind of like wake up feeling, you know, like this, like it feels like coming back to life. What's that keeps showing itself? Surrender. Yeah, exactly. Surrender. Surrender to the process. Surrender to destiny. Like, you know, this is for you. So with this, it's really interesting because do you remember I was saying I was getting the heart, like the heart racing, that kind of adrenaline rush energy at the start of the reading. And it feels like something that, you know, like, you know what's about to happen, or, you know, it's part of your blueprint, or it's like looking at your phone. It's like looking at your phone and waiting for that text to come in. It's like either you're in on the secret, you're part of this, plan, you're part of this, like, you know, something about the work you do is going to be made public and you're waiting for it. It's like, you know, oh, a public statement's going to be made at 4 o'clock, something like that. And you're like, right, okay, waiting for it. Or it's like you know that the tickets are going to be available to go and see Batman, and you're just waiting for that. You know, like when people are applying for gig tickets, sometimes they can go really, really fast. So it's like waiting for the gig to go online and then applying really, really fast, you know, and you know, it's like that anticipation kind of coming through. So then it is coming through with this adrenaline rush energy of life and breath. Can you see it's almost like, it's like, I want to say this is not the breath coming out of her, but it's the breath going in. So it's almost like being resuscitated, like receiving this magic, whatever this is that the magician's been cooking up. It's like, do you see what I mean? It's like it's released. He cooks it up, and then this energy is kind of like released. It's like flowing out, and then you receive it. You bring it in. You harness it perhaps, and then you're like breathing in this energy. You're taking this energy in. So it's a little bit metaphorical, but it's like it wake me up inside, like Evanescence. It like wakes you up. So you're like peeling out of this cocoon. It's like you're coming back to life. Like your heart is beating again. Your heart is pumping. I kept on getting the word ventricles, which I thought was this bit. I had to go and look it up. It's this bit. It's the kind of the chambers that pump the blood around the body. So I don't know if somebody has had, maybe like literally somebody's been resuscitated. You know, they've had you know, the kiss of life. You know, the heart's been resuscitated. It could be something like that. It's right in the middle of the reading. So, but I think for most people it's going to be metaphorically feeling like you've got a rush of adrenaline, you've got enthusiasm for things again, it's like the life the life or the spark has been relit inside you, and you're motivated again, you're up again, you see the potential, you've got that hope again. But it is coming in with this uncertainty. So with resistance and uncertainty, again, it's like maybe there's something that you're responsible for with this protecting treasure. You're not quite sure, even like to the point where she's got like the same hair in this pink dress. So I don't know if you look a little bit like that. But it's like you're very inspired, you're very enthusiastic, you feel like this is for you, but at the same time you are uncertain. I want to say you're uncertain because this is all very new to you, with new beginnings. So it's like I don't know where I'm heading, but I feel like this is for me. That's kind of the feeling of it. And I want to say it's almost like you know that you have to go in that direction. Because do you see this little butterfly? It's like this little butterfly. You look more closely, it's actually a fairy. It's like and it doesn't have to be a butterfly or a fairy. It's like a little sign or a hint from the universe that you're going the right way. So it could be whatever means something to you. You know, you're going for a walk in the woods and you see a squirrel, and squirrels are particularly meaningful for you. So you think, right, I'm going to go down the path that the squirrel went down because I feel like it's trying to lead me somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's something for you. So it could be whatever signs speak to you. So it could be seeing certain numbers, you know, 111, 222, and things like this. It could be you know, a certain song or just a feeling inside that something's for you. And again, with these 3 butterflies or 3 fairies. So I want to say it was Gemini's reading, and Gemini is kind of like the butterfly of the zodiac. I had this story of this wizard who was walking in the woods, and he was going to his favorite place. He was going to like some kind of lake, or not as big as a lake. The way I was seeing it was like more like a small clearing in the woods with a pond, like a small kind of like a small pond, a small clearing in the woods. It was like somewhere that he'd like to go because it was very, very tranquil. It was like his own special place where perhaps he could go to think, something like this. And it's like when he arrived there was all these other energies there. So unexpectedly. So it's like going to your favorite place in the woods and finding children playing there and being like, how did they find this place? Where did these children come from? So this message was coming through in Gemini's reading, and it seems to be coming back out for you with this kind of Merlin energy that's popping up. And it was like he was encountering specifically 3 fairies that represented things like hope and light and all these wonderful qualities. It's like, again, it's like he got led there, right? He got led there by his staff lighting up and showing him the way. I want to say this is also like this retreat card. It's like that's the top of his staff, you know, that's the orb or the crystal ball or whatever, the gazing crystal that he has in the top of his staff. And it's like he's seen, it's like he's looked into that, he's been scrying, he's looked into his crystal ball and he's seen where he has to go. And he's going there now. He's like, he's going to this place. And I want to say that whatever's guiding him to this place, again, it's like he's got his own little fairy guiding him, like a different fairy guiding him there. I want to say it's also, look at that as well there with the magic card. It's like it's also guiding you there, right? It's like whoever sent out, because I feel like there's somebody behind it as well, like whoever, like it could be the universe sent out these fairies, whatever they represent for you, right? It doesn't have to literally be fairies. It's like these signs, these symbols, to draw you to the same place. You see, it's like you're both. Someone else had this as well. It was like it was Scorpio yesterday. It was like 2 paths coming together, hitting rock bottom, but then breaking through and becoming the leaders. So it's like you're also. It's just like these 2 people who are being drawn. Can you see the light as well on these 2 cards? Like you're both being drawn to this same place, the same point, the same theatre to watch Batman, you know? Whatever it is for you. You're both being led there. So I want to say, though, that the wizard, whoever that represents, Merlin, they've been there a lot of times. You know, they're very, very familiar with the place. I want to say that you're the new person in this group. Because you've got new beginnings and uncertainty. It's like, is this really for me? Do I really fit in here? And I want to say that's very, very normal. It's very normal to feel those things when you're on the verge of something new. You know, you do have this sense of, is it right that I leave my security behind? You know, I am kind of at home in this place. You know, everything, you know, the moss has grown all over me. You know, I'm part of this place. I'm part of the furniture here. So I want to say it's natural that there's some resistance or reluctance to leave that behind, to walk away from that and to go into something that's very, very new. But I want to say that this whole experience is actually is very cleansing for you. It actually, because you have this purification card here, purification. And you see she's got this little light as well. So it's like it's cleansing for you. It's purifying. This card here as well with all, I don't know if the snow's very meaningful to you. Perhaps you're going somewhere that's snowy. But it's like with retreat as well. It's almost like having a cleanse, you know, going to a spa and having, or even going to like a rehab or something and having a detox. It feels very healthy. It feels very cleansing. And it feels like it is giving you perhaps a fresh start. You know, it is giving you a new beginning. So it could be that perhaps if this is like a workplace where you've been there for a long time, it's like everybody knows the details, right? Everybody knows, you know, that one time that you got too drunk at the Christmas party and made a fool of yourself. Everybody knows that one project that you worked on that you kind of messed up a little bit, you know, and that you had to fix. So it's like everybody knows the mistakes you've made in that old place, you know, and it's like perhaps by going to a new place, whatever that is for you, whether it's physically or, you know, even having kind of an inner cleanse, an inner revival. It's coming through this judgment card energy, which is kind of like, or even like the death and rebirth card, where it's like the old you is part of the past and there's this new you waiting to break through. So it could be something like that. But I've kind of lost my train of thought there a little bit. It's like it's giving you a new chance, it's giving you a new opportunity. And I want to say that even though you're coming into this group and feeling like, you know, perhaps everybody's older than you, more experienced, everybody's wiser, you know, the place that you're going to, it's like everybody there feels like they're part of the furniture, like they're part of the surroundings, and it's like you're the new person. You don't really fit in, but you want to say that you are bringing something to the table there as well. So even though you may not have as much experience, you've got a fresh perspective. Something like this, like you've got new ideas. Bringing you in is also bringing in new ideas, new perspectives, a fresh look at things, out of the box thinking. It's like you're the new hot thing, right? Where again, it's like these nothing wrong with these women. It's like, and they don't have to be women, but the way it's coming through to me today, you can see she's a little bit older, and there's nothing wrong with old, like age as well. It's like with age comes experience. So again, you could be this older person bringing in somebody new to the picture. But what I'm really getting is, you know, these people, wherever this place is that you're going, they've been there before. They're very, very familiar with it. You know, they're very at home there, to the point where they've kind of decorated themselves with, like, they blend in, they fit in, like because they're so familiar with it, where you don't quite fit in yet. You stand out because you're new, which could give you a feeling of being a little bit uncomfortable. But I want to say also it's very, very cleansing for you in a way that you flourish when you go to that new place. So you've got beauty on this card. And you've also got flourish. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So it's like you're going to thrive in this new place. You're going to flourish. You can see even by her pose, like she's happy there. She knows she's new. She knows she's different, but she's perhaps enjoying the attention, or, you know, she feels accepted, something like this. Like you're going to flourish there, you're going to thrive. And I want to say that there's something about you and your qualities that's bringing a lot of beauty and grace to the situation, because you have grace here as well. Now, I pulled some letters out, I pulled some words out for this, and you got Queen, and it was only when I kind of put it down that I was like, oh, beauty queen. So maybe you are like a beauty queen, which actually gives me Billie Jean, which is by Michael Jackson, but I'm more familiar with the I think it's by Eden. I'll try and put it in the description box down below. It's a cover version of the song. She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. And it also came out with, it was funny how it came out like with the S. So it's like loves, like belonging to Cupid, right? It's like loves, and then glance, loves glance, beauty queen loves glance. So you could even be walking into some romance here. You could really catch the attention of somebody, you know, and she has this beauty. I want to say that this is you, but again, you can switch it and reverse it if you want to. You know, she has a very similar look in these cards. So you going into a situation like feeling like the beauty queen, right? So it's I don't know what it all is for you, but it seems really, really positive. There's just this resistance and uncertainty at first, which I want to say is completely natural as you move out of a situation that perhaps you've got a little bit too comfortable in, and you go into something new where you don't quite know what to expect. There's some natural nerves there. There's some natural uncertainty and anticipation when you move from something that's familiar to something that's new. But I want to say that this will also, you will fit in here. You'll stand out, but you'll, in a good way, where it's like you have a fresh perspective, but you're actually going to feel very at home there. You're going to flourish and grow and thrive in this environment. But you have to kind of like, what was it like? Surrender, like open up, you know, embrace this new thing. And it's going to be very, it's going to feel like the life is being breathed back into you. Okay, let's get a couple. What time am I on? 30 minutes. Look at me go. Sometimes my videos get an hour long and I'm like, nobody's going to watch this because it's too long. What do we have, please, for Scorpio? Messages for Scorpio. Why am I saying Scorpio? I'm so sorry. Let's try again. Let's just split the deck and try again. Sagittarius. Can I get messages for Sagittarius, please? Is there a Scorpio watching? Hi. Hi, cross-watcher. Five of Pentacles and the Moon. So this card as well gives me that kind of cocoon energy, like coming up out of the cocoon. So there is something that you are facing some sort of unknown or some secrets or something with the Moon card there, or you have secrets. Again, it's like you're keeping this secret. And the Five of Pentacles, there could be some, you could take a financial hit here. You know, it could be that it could be even that you feel like doors are closed to you. Like you feel like you've been rejected from something, you know, you're being shut out from something. I want to say it could just be that, you know, sometimes you can feel like, especially, you know, in work situations, sometimes things can be on a need-to-know basis. You know, it's like if you're part of the core group, you're going to know the details, but everybody else is going to kind of be kept in the dark a little bit because sometimes like businesses just have to work that way. So it could be that you feel like you could potentially feel like you've been shut out from a situation, like doors have been closed for you. Perhaps you've applied for jobs or positions or projects and you haven't been accepted onto them. It could be that there's something you don't know. So it could be that you didn't get taken on a certain project because, you know, the people higher up, your boss perhaps, is cooking something up that's going to be perfect for you. Maybe they have you in mind for this. Maybe it's like you're like, oh, I would have, you know, why didn't I get chosen for that job? You know, I have the skills and everything that, you know, I could have done that job really, really well. But it's like what you don't know is this boss energy, this fatherly energy perhaps is, you know, I've got, you know, I want to get some, I'm going to cook up something here. I'm going to cook up a new project with Sagittarius in mind, and she's going to be perfect for it. So I want to say, like, if you're feeling rejected, if you're feeling like you've missed out on something perhaps, or like you're frustrated because people are being secretive and you feel like you're on the fringe of that and you're not being accepted into something, I want to say that you are going to be accepted into something. You are going to be part of the team that's going to be right for you in some sort of way. Okay, let's read those cards. The Moon, where my soul wanders. I look like a princess lost in a grey garden. I know. I look like a princess lost in a garden. Same card. There's a hair on there. I don't know if I got it. I know. It's because I represent your inner shadows, the paths your soul is wandering along, when fear blocks you. But the light of the moon tells us it's now time to free ourselves, both you and I, from our anxiety and bad thoughts. Dig into your soul, go find the hidden truths. the weeds, and all the things that curb and restrain your own self. Make them come to the surface. Look them in the eye so they will no longer haunt you. Illusion, fantasies, or idealization must not guide you anymore. Intuition must. A clear perception is now required to get out of this lost garden, or else you will wander here forever. And I want to say, you are, whatever this represents to you, right? You're lost in this garden, this thicket of thorns. You know, your intuition is guiding you out. There is, like, spirit is sending you signs, right? It's like, trust the signs. But I want to say there's only really one way that she can go here. There's only one clear path. But just be careful, because that is talking about a sense of living in fantasy rather than reality. Five of Pentacles. A queen yesterday, today a beggar. I was on top and I fell down. I've lost everything. I was so greedy, so obsessed with money. I want to say this is somebody talking to you. This is not you, right? Because this person, I want to say that they're not interested. It's like the treasure's been removed from the box because there's something more important inside. So perhaps you've shown this person that. There is a rainbow on this card as well, if you look closely in the background. Kind of a very pale rainbow. So there could be something about your energy that's healing to this older woman. Perhaps this is kind of, you know, whoever is represented here on this card. Perhaps she has advice for you. I was on top and I fell down. I've lost everything. I was so greedy, so obsessed with money. Then money ran away from me. Maybe I deserve such a desolation. And now I wander like a beggar in coldness and solitude. I feel you're in the same state. I feel your anxiety and your fears, right? Resistance, new beginnings, uncertainty. I feel your sensation of being an outcast, abandoned, rejected, pushed away. But you know, you only lose what was never yours, and isolation is a bad fortress. Turn to the ones who love you and ask them for help. Don't stay alone in the cold. Perhaps some light will shine at last in this grey sky. So I want to say, you are in some kind of darkness, or you will be, whatever this point is in the reading. But I want to say there is new life being breathed into you, or a situation, and it is going to be cleansing. Or perhaps you need to go on a spa day or a retreat or something like this. Okay, let's get one more card for you, because my voice is starting to go. Look at what's on the underlying. As I'm saying, my voice is starting to go. Sink your rose tongue. Oh, my guides are funny. My guides are funny. Co-create with spirit. Yeah, ha ha ha. Have you ever heard like crows and magpies laughing? Okay. Sagittarius. Advice for whoever is connecting with this reading, please. Groundhog spirit in reverse. That's funny. You know, I was saying I was playing a Sims game. It's kind of got a Groundhog Day thing to it. Okay, so I guess I'm taking Groundhog in the reverse. You've also got Beaver Spirit, Lay a Solid Foundation, and Butterfly Spirit Transformation is beautiful. 11 and 16 could be significant numbers for you. So Groundhog Spirit, time to let go, but it was in the reverse. So I've just got, she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. In my head. What did I get as well? Oh, in these arms tonight. Sorry, I was channeling stuff last night and I forgot to make a note of it. I'll hold you, I'll need you, I'll get down on my knees for you. Could be a song for you. In These Arms by Bon Jovi. And it came through something else as well. There was a symbol. I want to say it was an apple, but I can't be sure. If I remember, I'll mention it, or I'll put it in the description box down below. Okay, protection message. Have you been relentless in your efforts to revive something that has passed its prime and needs to die away? A situation, a relationship, a belief, or a habit that served you once but no longer fills you with vitality. Interesting, because of what I was saying here about breathing something back to life, right? Bringing something back to life or reviving something. And with that kind of like judgment card energy. Um, Perhaps you automatically expect to see the world through a specific lens based on the familiar. What was I saying? You're like too comfortable or familiar in a situation. Groundhog Spirit has appeared to let you know it's time to accept that the past is the past, so allow yourself to feel the loss and grieve it if you need to. Any sadness will not last forever or overwhelm you. Knowing Spirit is with you and wants you to experience joy and excitement again will help you through this transition from the old to the new. Keep your eyes open, for winter always gives way to spring. Winter here, right, gives way to spring. And endings always give birth to beginnings. I was telling you I was picking up that death and rebirth energy as well. Endings always give birth to beginnings. For now, let yourself feel your emotions, releasing them to make way for the joy that awaits you. Spring and new growth are on the way, for that is Spirit's promise to you. Okay, it's okay to let go of whatever this is, and you are resistant to it because I think you fear the uncertainty of the new beginning, of the fresh start, but you're going to flourish there. Okay, it's for you. Okay, very clear reading. I enjoyed that. I definitely need to go and cough a little bit off camera and revive my own voice. Breathe life back into my own vocal cords. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Do leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. It helps out the channel, as does sharing with people as well. If you have any Sagittarius friends or you know anyone you think, oh my god, this sounds like your story, please do pass it on because it helps out the channel. It helps just pick up those views and reach a few more people. I just want to make sure that the readings are connecting with who they need to connect with. I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm really honest about my own feelings. I do this because I think there are messages trying to be communicated to people, and to me, it's very clear that the universe is telling me stuff, like how it was telling me that there was a new girl in work with a certain name, and I went in and there was. You know, a lot of the time to me, the messages don't always make sense until I see it play out, but then it's like, that's why I was getting that thing so strongly. So I'm quite sure that there are messages trying to come through, and I don't always understand them myself. And sometimes I want to try and, you know, I hope that you understand them, or I hope that if I put the message on the internet, it's going to get to the person it needs to get to eventually, even if it's like in a year from now. So it doesn't matter to me too much about the views, because I'm like, I'm just a conduit. I'm just the messenger. I'm just receiving information and putting it out for whoever can find it useful. That's kind of the basic thing that I'm doing. But when readings get really low numbers, and it could be, I could get one view and it could be that, you know, the right person has got the right message, and that's kind of what I hope and tell myself. But sometimes, especially like this set of readings, I've really enjoyed it. I found it really engaging, and I've been getting such interesting stories through, and such like inspiring messages. So I've enjoyed this set of readings so much. And so sometimes if I go and look and it's got like not many views, I'm like, oh, you know, it's sad to me on a personal ego like level that, you know, people aren't hearing these like wonderful, beautiful stories that are coming through, and they're not my stories, right? I'm the stories that I'm being presented with. So I don't know. There's a little bit of my own ego in there at work at the moment, I think. But to those of you who do like and, you know, watch the videos regularly, and, you know, who are subscribed, I appreciate it so much. I really do. And I know my readings are sometimes a bit long. But I just want to say a big thank you to those of you who continually support my readings, and to those of you who share the videos and things like this as well, because it's demotivating sometimes when the videos get low numbers. And yeah, it's, you know, when they do well, it helps me with my motivation. I mean, I do it either way because it's interesting to me, it's enjoyable to me to sit down and pull the cards and to get this story out. I'm like, oh, this is so cool, I want to share it. So I'm going to be doing it either way, whether it's on camera or off camera, but it might as well be on camera, right? If I'm going to be doing it anyway, it might as well be on camera. I don't know, I'm going into my own neuroticism now. But anyway, thank you, and do take care of yourselves, and please trust the new because it looks really inspiring. Yeah, take care, Sagittarius. Bye-bye.